I woke up while nature was sound asleep, so I could marvel at its kingdom. I strolled through its lush gardens and saw every little wonder up close. Here, you can dance with giants, discover a feast for the eyes, and a feast for the appetite. Walls that hold heroes' stories told me of their bravery, while sacred places blessed my journey. I roamed places that stood the test of time, and others that were there since the beginning.
Every day, I wake up to a feast. Where I can sink my teeth into history. Or shock my taste buds with something new. It's here I learned the color of sweetness, expanded my pantry, and my appetite. Every next bite only leaves you hungry for more.
I just woke up from the time of my life. It started with a major throwback. Then I got to meet the big shots. I found a sweet spot between cultures and hung out with the artsy crowd. I even picked up a few things along the way. After that, things kicked into overdrive. It started with a whirlwind through the streets, an unforgettable eats, a celebration of flavor in every bite, and an epic new party at every turn. The best thing about it here, the good times are never over.
Mabuhay! You're now boarding GPSTV. I'm Aya Fernandez, your online travel buddy. Join me as we navigate through your favorite destinations, making sure, of course, to hashtag go safe and go travel. In our last episode, there was a lot of action going on, diba? We talked about adventure tourism, the mountains, and outdoor recreation with our friends who soared high in mountaineering and triathlon. And today, let's continue the thrill as we go out about to CALABARZON, diba? That's Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, and Quezon. And each of these provinces has built a unique reputation among tourists. So, pag-uusapan natin yan lahat ngayon. And hindi ba yung last episode lamang, napag-usapan natin yung pamumundo or hiking. So alam nyo ba na isa sa mga pinakasikat na hiking spots ay matatagpuan sa Cavite? 'Di ba? Walang iba kung hindi ang Pico del Oro. So I'm sure marami na rin sa inyong nakapunta dyan. Then we have Laguna. It is greatly popular for being the resort capital of the Philippines, 'di ba? Pag sinabing outing ang usapan, medyo matik na yan, na Laguna yan, di ba? Kung mahilig naman kayo sa mga stunning beaches and peaceful sceneries, we have Batangas and Tagaytay on our bucket list, di ba? And syempre, tumataginting naman ang Quezon pagdating sa mga faith tours and festive fiestas like the Pahiyas Festival, nakakamiss. Also, itong mga iba't ibang lugar na to, marami rin sila mga secret spots, Sam. So, nabanggit ko lang yung mga alam na natin. And ngayon, huhukayin pa natin yung mga mas marami pa nating pwedeng matutunan from these places. Is Calabarzon ready for tourists? Diba? Parang game ka na ba? Game na! Anyway, hindi ko na patatagalin pa upang bigyang linaw ang ating mga katanungan tungkol sa safe and very free travels in Calabarzon. We have invited some special guests for today. First, let us welcome Miss Girly Gravador. She is the president of the Association of Tour and Travel Agencies in Calabarzon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Mabuhay po, Miss Girly. Next, we have Mr. Lax Mendoza, our Tourism Operations Officer from the Municipality of Dolores, Quezon.
Hi, hello there mga ka-GPSTV.
Hello, Sir Lax. And next we have Miss Regina Ballesteros, Austria. She is the OIC of the Provincial Government of Laguna.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, good day. Hello.
Yes, mabuhay and welcome. Last but not the least, we have Miss Kathy Triville. She is the founder, co-owner of Nurture Wellness Village and Nurture's Pharmacy.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me to be part of the show. Maraming po salamat.
Maraming salamat din po kay Miss Kathy for accepting our invitation. Now, so we have our barkada complete in this Zoom well, sana feel nyo pa rin na live event. So, hello sa mga viewers natin sa Facebook and sa YouTube. Please stay tuned para sa ating very peaceful and zen discussion this afternoon. So, first, I'd like to ask all of you, what is the situation of land travel in the southern Tagalog? Are there mga restrictions if the civilian will be coming from a certain region or province, let's say Manila, or from one province in Calabarzon to next? Ano po yung mga restrictions? So anyone can start.
In Tagaytay, there are no restrictions anymore, except, of course, for a while, the seniors and those below 21. But my understanding, President Duterte has just made a proclamation that those who are above 15 years old, all the way to 65, are allowed to travel. So yung kagandahan ng Tagaytay, napakalapit niyan sa Manila, and of course, napakaganda ng road. Do you know there's a new road coming up now, which will go all the way to Batangas, and it's actually quite finished. And of course, you have Calax, no? So, but one thing which is unbeatable about Tagaytay is, of course, our weather. It's so nice, you know. If you go there now, it's so misty. Parang nasa Baguio, parang nasa Scotland. So if you
want, Vermont na eh, no?
Yeah, actually, if you want. Kung gusto mo magbiyahe na para ka nasa Scotland, punta ka lang sa Tagaytay ngayon. It's very misty, very cool. It's really very magical right now. So
yeah,
we are open. Yeah, we are open. Yes.
Actually, Miss Kathy, I will choose Tagaytay over Scotland. You know?
Diba? Yeah, that's so true. That is so true.
So in Tagaytay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is so true because now that, of course, international travel is not allowed, there's every reason for us to discover the Philippines and go to Tagaytay, where you can have almost like an international experience because of our cool weather. And we, of course, have very comfortable accommodations there. And lots of things to do, lots of food to eat. So do come to Tagaytay. Yeah.
Oh, that's good news, no? Pwede na mag-travel ng 15 to 65 years old.
Yeah.
Thank you. How about in Quezon, Sir Lax, in Dolores, Quezon?
Thank you. Sa amin naman, we just have a very minimal requirement on entry, pero hindi naman siya hassle kasi we do not require swab test or rapid test. We just wanted to have a medical certificate and a valid ID. It's a good tracking device na rin for tourist arrivals. At the same time, tsaka yung control. We are lucky lang kasi Dolores Quezon is a pocket town. So, mas madali naming ma-regulate yung pagpasok ng mga tao. But in general, Calabarzon is not very strict on tourist entry, Aya, kasi siguro we share the same ideology na if you really are that serious to recover tourism, you have to be ready with the risk. Di ba? Kasi if not, then you shut off the entire region, your province, your municipality, your city, your the whole of the region. Kaya lang sabi ko nga, 'di ba, previously we cannot live in fear. It's a matter of our readiness in handling a medical emergency.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to really open up our economy.
Yeah. Though in our first episode sa mga viewers right here, you might want to watch also from our first episode. We discussed with the Department of Tourism regional directors. I feel like iba-iba talaga kada lugar. And
Yeah.
kung ito yung the people can just adapt to what is present there. So ngayon kung hindi masyado strict yung protocols, we always have the responsibility in ourselves to do it, 'di ba? Tama ba, Sir Lax? Now, how about you, Miss Regina? Kamusta naman po sa Laguna?
Alam mo sa Laguna, iba-iba ang travel requirements. Merong bayan na areas from MGCQ lang yung tinatanggap nila. Meron namang mga bayan na pwedeng from GCQ and MGCQ. Then, karamihan, mga travel pass, health certificate, tsaka advance booking, yan ang mga requirements nila. And syempre, yung observance ng minimum health and safety protocol. Yan ang mga
Okay.
requirements dito.
All right. Anything to add, Miss Girly?
Actually, same with Rizal. Sa Rizal, there are iba-iba kasi yung guidelines no? May mga spots that they just required advance booking, confirmation and a valid ID. That's the most common. Almost everybody's asking for a confirmed booking and a valid ID. And then some are okay with the medical certificate from the RHU, just like in Dolores, na they are not in close contact or they are not PUI. Of course, they are not positive, yon. But some are still requiring for a swab test. So, yun nga, iba-iba. So, maybe what we can advise to them, the best is to check first their target destination, kung ano talaga yung requirements nila when they go there, para hindi masayang yung biyahe. And of course, yung reservation.
So planning talaga is the key, no, Miss Girly?
Yes. Ngayon,
Yeah.
even if you go international ngayon, iba-iba lahat ng protocol. So, the best thing to do, step 1, is to check on the place that you wanted to go to. Kung ano yung area.
Yeah. If I may just add, just to emphasize that on Mondays, Tagaytay is closed actually for disinfection. So the hotels and restaurants are all closed for disinfection. So just like what was mentioned by Gurley, so it's important to plan your trips ahead. So only takeout and delivery are allowed, but all hotels are closed on Mondays.
Oh, that is October 19th.
Every Monday. That
Oh,
is
every
that's
Monday.
Yes, that's an LGU regulation. Everybody is closed every Monday for proper disinfection. That was a directive of our mayor. And I'd like to also highlight that Tagaytay is very strict with our safety protocols. So the barangays are very much involved, and of course the city government is very much involved in ensuring that safety protocols are followed.
Thank you, Miss Kathy. To our viewers right now, you may be part of your LGU, of your tourism department, or you may be part of a business that is under the tourism industry. You may want to adapt the models that we are also discussing here. So, gaya ng na-mention ni Miss Kathy, wow, they are closed every Monday. And for me, as a regular traveler also before, magandang pakinggan kung meron palang ganyang existing. So, it's not something to frown about kung gusto kong pumunta dyan ng Monday pero naka-close. It's okay. It's okay. It's better that we hear that they have certain guidelines. And also, now we hear in advance what we have to expect. Anyway, paano nyo naman po, ano po yung mga challenges na na-encounter nyo with the locals? Like, how do you monitor and keep the health and safety protocols at bay? Mga challenges po. Maybe let's start with Miss Girly. Ano po yung mga challenges na na-encounter nyo with locals?
Actually, kasi ayun mo, in every area, iba-iba sila ng perspective, no, yung mga locals. Hindi natin maiiwasan na meron pa ring natatakot sa pagbubukas ng tourism, but some others they really wanted to open up kasi especially yung mga nakadependent yung kabuhayan nila sa tourism industry. So, I think dun sa mga part na yon, it's more on the LGU side to explain yung information dissemination sa mga locals na ano ba yung effect kung hindi natin bubuksan ng tourism, and then kung magbubukas naman tayo, ano naman yung maitutulong nito sa ekonomiya, kasi we have to balance everything right now. Diba?
Actually, the whole essence of this GPS TV is to help the more than 40 million Filipino people na whose jobs are dependent to the tourism industry. And talagang bayanihan siya na hindi tayo pwedeng naka-freeze lang forever. Talagang bayanihan na safety protocols. Pero, Miss Girly, ano pa yung specific na parang challenge na na-encounter nyo para sa mga travelers na viewers natin ngayon, hindi na po nila gagawin?
Actually, on our part, more on the guest side. May mga guests na, alam mo yon, even we tell them na ano yung guidelines of that area na gusto nilang i-visit, alam mo yun, minsan ipipilit pa rin kung ano yung convenience sa kanila. Example, merong gustong pumunta sa let's say sa Dolores na lang, napakadali na nung requirements nila. All they need is a certification from the health department, diba? Local health department. So yung sa barangay lang yan, level. Meron still, alam mo yon, ipipilit pa rin. No, why don't you try? Alam mo yon? So, dun kami medyo nahihirapan din sa mga guests. So, we're telling them, if you really wanted to travel, this is the new normal, we have to follow. We have to follow kung ano yung mga guidelines nung gusto nyong puntahan. Otherwise, better stay in your houses.
Ay, nako. Thank you po, Miss Girly. Ayan, bukod sa hashtag Go Safe, Go Travel, hashtag bawal ang pasaway, guys. How about you, Miss Regina, sa Laguna, kamusta naman po? Ano po yung mga challenges na na-encounter nyo with the locals on keeping the health protocols?
Okay, sa Laguna naman kasi minsan, importante sa amin yung DOT PICAO. Dapat pinapacheck namin yan sa mga tourism officers na pag may nalaman kami na nag-ooperate yung isang tourism establishment, particularly accommodation establishment, without the certification from the Department of Tourism to authority to operate, pinapa-close namin. Kasi syempre, pag na-issuehan ka ng DOT PICAO, ibig sabihin may standard na yung facilities and services mo at talaga yung observance ng minimum health and safety protocol ay ini-implement ng establishments na yon. So katulong din namin ng mga local PNP. So may mga mayors na inuutosan nila mga police nila na umikot sa mga establishments to check meron ka bang DOT authority to, certificate of authority to operate. Pag wala, pinapa-close yun. So, yun yung aming ini-implement dito, yes.
Thank you, Ms. Regina. How about you, Sir Lax, sa Dolores naman po? Ano po yung mga challenges na na-encounter nyo with the locals? Or how do you monitor the safety protocols?
Oo, actually the challenges came like mga around May pa or April. Kaya lang ang strategy kasi na ginawa ko is I always keep in touch with all the stakeholders. And then eventually I created a Google form, I created a survey kung ano ba yung willingness nila to open, to operate. Tapos kinuha din natin yung mga ideas nila na if ever they would be accepting tourists, ano ang gusto nilang requirement, So there are several suggestive choices na kaya yung guidelines na in-release namin for tourists are basically 80% are coming from the stakeholders themselves. And in relation to sinabi ni Ate Gina kanina, nilakad namin yung mga pikaw ng mga stakeholders namin as early as July. So kasi inihanda talaga namin siya when we started opening in August 1st. parang medyo ahead kasi kami nagbukas dahil nag-MGCQ ang Quezon ng 1st of August. So, by August 1st, lahat ng establishments ko ay meron ng pikaw kasi kinuha na namin siya as early as July. Tapos, technically, ngayon, sa monitoring naman, since kami nga ang nag-i-issue ng tourist pass for every entry to Dolores, so monitor na namin lahat for contact tracing. Meron na kaming directory nila. Kasi we have their address, we have their contact numbers, we have their valid ID copies, we have the plate, even the plate numbers ng kanilang mga sasakyan. So, ang nangyayari na lang sa entry points sa mga destinations are basically yung mga temperature checking, ganyan. Pero, kasi we wanted to create a less hassle as possible to the traveling public. Kasi redundancy na siya Nakuha ko na lahat ng details nila, like addresses and all that. So, hindi na nila kailangan mag-login pa ulit dun sa destination.
Para less contact din.
Oo, dahil nakuha na namin yon, nasa part ng tourist pass nilang itinerary kung saan lang sila pupunta, kung ano yung confirmed reservation nila, ETA and ETD nila. So, hindi din sila pwedeng magpagala-gala kung saan. So, if they include one destination to a particular tourist pass itinerary, doon lang sila talaga pupunta. Hindi sila pwedeng mag-side trip sa iba. You know? Kasi that's what the other that's what the barangays are aware of, even our local PNP. So basically, you know, we try to help the guests kasi alam niyo sabi ko nga I'm a traveler myself. And bilang isang traveler, pinaka-hate natin is yung sobrang nahahassle tayo. Kasi we travel because we wanted to relax, we wanted to unwind and all that. Ngayon, sabi nga ni Miss Gele, kung mahahassle din lang ako, sa bahay na lang ako, di ba? So, pero at least...
Yung mga naiinip na tourist, ano ba, paulit-ulit? Ano ba yan?
Oo, at saka, there are some areas kasi namin na walang malakas na internet connectivity. Dahil some of our destinations kasi are having QR. We do not provide logbooks and papers and pens. So, they have to connect to the internet, scan the QR code, and then register themselves through the Google form. And the Google form will directly go to the tourism office records. Then we furnish a copy to our rural health office. Yung mga walang ganon, yun yung inisip namin kasi challenge talaga. Syempre, sa lugar namin, there are areas na talagang bulubundukin. You would not expect a good signal and data or internet connectivity. So, hindi naman all the time mamamonitor ba talaga this is the sanitized pen and this is the used pen, di ba?
Yes.
So, ang inisip namin, since we collect all their details already, so once na may tourist pa sila, parang alam na ng destination that we put all the details already.
Alright,
so, ang i-record na lang nila is yung, tawag dito, yung temperature scanning, ganyan, yung mga tawag dito, checking na face mask, at saka yung hand sanitizing.
Thank you, Sir Lac. So, sa mga travelers natin dito na nagpapababa ng edad, sa mga tuwing tinatanong sila, please wag naman po. Honesty is the best policy and age is just a number. So kung kayo po ay mag-fill up ng mga entry forms, maging honest po tayo sa age, sa health, condition, sa lahat ng yan, and take it seriously. Wag, kasi yung iba kasi iniisip nila, wala naman, tatapon lang to. Hindi, guys. So every form that you answer is very important. Thank you, Sir Lac.
And just an addition, meron din kasing loophole yung pag-print. Kasi sabi mo nga, honesty is the best policy. We are not even sure if that's the correct telephone number that they have provided, if that's the correct address that they give, you know. Hindi rin natin alam. Minsan, you know, they write like, you know, like Arabic or katakana. You know what I mean, right? Hindi ko maintindihan kung anong pen craft. Medyo mahirap din talaga siya on the part of the destination. I'm sure hindi naman natin lahat para mabantayan yan. Sir, ano pong number to? Yung iisa-isahin mo, lalo na kung may 20 tao sa harap mo. And ang iniiwasan nga natin, yung physical distancing nga, kailangan na maintain natin. So I guess the best suggestive way is talagang to regulate from the tourism office yung entry. Kasi ito yung pinaka less contact na pagkuha mo ng mga importanteng detalye. At saka once you have the valid ID, normally like yung postal ID, driver's license, normally may mga valid addresses yan. So whether they have moved places or hindi, mahahanap mo pa rin yan. Dahil may hawak kang kopya ng ID nila.
Yun nga. Thank you, Sir Lac. So, Sir Lac, although we didn't mention it directly, but we dealt more on self-discipline. So guys,
Yes, yes.
please, honesty is the best policy. How about you, Miss Kathy? What are the challenges you have encountered recently or from the past months?
For Tagaytay, it has really been very challenging because, of course, we had the Taal volcano eruption. So that started, so that when we talk about the challenges, we're really talking about balancing the needs of the business people, of enterprises to be able to survive such a prolonged lockdown, which actually started in many ways January. So we're going on our ninth month now of a very challenged business environment in Tagaytay. No? So of course, in terms of challenges, there are the businessmen, and there are so many establishments in Tagaytay who are very keen to go back to open up, no, in order to bring in the business. Because one thing, Tagaytay is a very clear example of inclusive business. You know, we all know that tourism really generates a lot of jobs, and the business establishments in Tagaytay generate so many jobs, no. And when the establishments are closed, of course, so many people are out of jobs, and that's very heartbreaking. So, in terms of challenge, of course, the business people want to open up is like ourselves. I speak for us private sector now. No, we want to open up, but at the same time, we accept the fact that, and we realize the fact that yes, safety measures have to be implemented, and we're very grateful that we have a very robust Tagaytay Tourism Council group, no, and we have a very good Viber group there, wherein discussions are held to talk about what would be acceptable to the business people. Now, how do we generate, how do we strike the balance between opening the business and at the same time ensuring the safety of our clientele? And therefore, we have, as mentioned earlier, we have very strict protocols. Actually, we have the barangay also very clearly monitoring the place, the different establishments. And all of us have, of course, we have the Department of Tourism approval, we have the Department of Health approval, we have the LGU approval. And of course, one of the challenges also would be everybody wants to follow, pero meron rin yung mga ibang establishments na sabi mo mga, no, mamaya konti, makikita mo, ba't yung kabila meron senior, ba't kami pinagbabawalan? So there's a challenge of consistency, no? Because some establishments, like what you said, would tend to open when dapat hindi, no? So parang the wish is dapat honesty is the best policy, no? Dapat lahat susunod. Kasi parang ang daya naman, no, yung ikaw, minsan makikita mo sa aming group chat na sasabihin ng isang establishment, inaaway na kami. Sinasabi ni guest, bakit sa kabila, pinapasok yung mga seniors, kayo, ayaw nyo kami papasukin. So, nagkakaroon ng customer dissatisfaction, ayaw natin lahat. No? So, again, the challenge is number one, ensuring consistency. Number two, ensuring that there's a proper balance between business, the economies of business, and safety protocols. And of course, number three, sabi mga kanina, Aya, yung self-discipline, and also self-discipline on two levels. No? One, on the part of the guest, that they should see that COVID is not something to take lightly. These safety protocols are being done to protect the clientele, to protect the people. No, it's not something to laugh about. So to take it seriously, and of course, the other aspect is of course business establishments also to take it seriously to protect their clientele and their employees, because we have to balance the two. No, we have to make sure that the employees are safe, so important, especially sa amin, no? We have therapists. At the same time, we have to ensure that we don't cause how to call this, a lot of people getting sick of COVID, because again, alam natin sa provinces, we may have limited hospital facilities, no? And again, COVID is something that you do not play around with. So,
yeah.
So there. Yeah, so there.
Talagang makinig po tayo at sumunod sa mga safety protocols. Siguro marami sa atin nangungwestiyon sa mga guidelines, but sana meron pa rin tayong natitirang trust and hope para sa ating mga authorities, sa ating mga business leaders on what they are implementing. Sumunod tayo, please, kasi tulong-tulong talaga tayo, di ba, Miss Kathy?
Yes,
habang kinakausap ko kayo, I'm just starting to realize, parang sumasakit na po yung likod ko sa masyado na akong matagal nakaupo at nakaharap sa laptop. Parang gusto ko magpa-massage. So, Miss Cathy, I just like to ask you if in Nurture and Wellness Village, pwede na po ba magpa-massage and spa services? What are the health and safety protocols if ever na pwede na?
Yeah. I'd like to share with you that kami sa industry, the spa and wellness industry, we take the safety of the guests and of our therapists very, very seriously. And to share with you, around 3-4 months ago, kaming mga spa and wellness stakeholders got together in our, voluntarily, because when we heard that the spas were going to open, sabi namin, nako, delikado ito. We as establishment owners have to take the lead in developing protocols which would be acceptable to both business owners and employees, and at the same time, which would be very effective. So what we did, and this is across the Philippines, it is a very nice experience. So from Davao to Boracay to Dumaguete, to Manila, to Tagaytay, we had around 20 of us coming together and coming up with very strong safety protocols. So and what we did is we studied the safety protocols of the UK, US, Australia. We adopted them and Philippinized them. No? So ano-ano mga safety protocols namin. Always keeping in mind, we have to keep our therapists safe, our guests safe. So ano mga ito na we have implemented, no? And this is now being implemented for DOT accredited spas. Ano-ano mga ito? Of course, we have the usual temperature check. Of course, you have the usual get rid of all and any materials which can cause transmission of COVID. No, so of course the lobbies are now very barren in many ways. All right, and then of course we have the usual accommodation requirements, which our room boys or our spa therapists do not accompany the guests, do not carry the stuff of the guests. But in the spa itself, number one, we do not allow more than 60 minutes. Kung minsan nagagalit yung guest, but I'm used to an hour and a half. No, why can't you give me an hour and a half or 2 hours? One, we want to limit. Number two, actually, if you have a 50% occupancy in hotels, sa amin, we have another 50% occupancy in our spa room. So you can only have one person in the spa room at a time. And you have a 1 hour turnaround time, meaning you have to make sure that everything in the room is disinfected. We remove everything and the room is disinfected from top to bottom. When the therapist, prior to the massage go through full disinfection and they look like astronauts, seriously. They have face masks, they have face shields, they have PPEs, and each PPE is changed after every massage. And of course, you have proper sanitation of the hands and of course the total anything in the room. No. Also, very importantly, we do not do head and shoulder massage. We avoid facial massage and anything. We spend more time on the back because we try to avoid any possible transmission from a face-to-face contact. No? Okay. So our therapists, while they have face shields and face masks, are not allowed actually to face the guest. So mas matagal yung back massage. We also don't do hand massage as well because again of possible transmission. And of course, very important, and this has impacted the business. Of course, you only have one person in the room. Kahit na couples kayo nag-check-in, no? Even if a husband and wife checked in, they share the same room. Pero pagdating sa spa, naka-separate room sila. Why? Because you want to limit the number of people in each room. So, kasi if you have a couple having a massage, so lumalabas, 4 na tao na yan sa room, no? So you want to avoid that. So, isa-isa lang. Social distancing pa rin all the time. And our therapists are thoroughly briefed. It's so nice because we came up with procedures which are agreed upon by all of the DOT accredited spas. Meron kaming procedures and naka-note lahat yan. Very importantly, yung PPEs are properly handled as well. So we actually have like a procedures manual. If you're a DOT accredited spa, super strict kami. Super strict ang pagsunod ng mga So again, it's so important to be accredited by the DOT because you can then guarantee
Alam
the
mo na eh,
safety of
na
the
they know
yeah.
the guidelines. Thank you for
Yes.
visualizing us.
Mm-hmm.
How would it
Mm-hmm.
be entering Nawa
Yeah.
Spa? And let us all keep in mind that carrying capacity is very much important. Kayo naman po, Miss Regina, what are the health and wellness activities or services na meron po kayo sa Laguna? Na gaya po nung na-mention ni Miss Cathy, open na ngayon.
Okay. No, known kasi ang Laguna sa mga hot spring resorts. So
Yes.
in Calamba and Los Baños. So yung aming ATX pa, nag-open na yan kasi syempre meron silang DOT Picaw. So medyo kaya lang yung pagdating pa rin ng mga bisita ay ano pa rin, medyo hindi pa rin gano'n karami. Kaya, pero siguro in time, medyo kung bumaba na talaga yung mga cases ng COVID, dadami na rin yung pagpunta ng mga turista dito sa amin, sa Calamba area. Kasi karamihan namin mga wellness resorts ay nasa Calamba, Los Baños, and San Pablo City.
Yeah, but for me, Miss Regina, palagay ko po good news yung gradual po. Yung paunti-unti yung pagdami ng tao kasi nakakatakot din po pag biglang dumog eh, no? So, maganda rin siguro yung paunti-unti para mas nahahanda tayo ng mas maayos siguro.
Yes, tama ka dyan, Miss Ai, kasi medyo meron pa ring reservation yung ibang mga bayan. Talagang kasi may mga bayan pa rin kami dito na hindi pa rin sila nag-open for tourists. Pero yung iba naman, okay lang, tama. Gradually ang pagdating dapat.
Yeah, thank you,
To be
Miss
more safe.
Regina. Miss Girly, kayo naman po, how do accommodation establishments get their provincial security to operate?
Actually dito more on sa Rizal since nasa Rizal kami. May mga inspection na ginagawa to make sure that they are following the protocol guidelines. Yung iba like yung kamukha nila Miss Cathy, they are taking extra measure pa aside from the guidelines that was given by the LGU na i-initiate din sila ng sarili nilang protocol to secure, of course, the safety. Kasi ngayon naman talagang number one, ang concern natin is the safety. Safety ng guest and then safety then, of course, ng mga employees on the side of the accommodations.
Opo. So, Miss Girly, ano po yung mga accreditation requirements for tour agencies? Are you still accepting applications now?
Accreditation requirements are you referring to the DOT accreditation?
For tour agencies po.
If you're referring for DOT accreditation for the tour agencies, right now, what they are doing is online. So, online accreditation siya. Even the inspection, they are doing it virtually. But they said after this pandemic, pag okay ng lahat, they will do the physical inspection. But right now, everything, we're doing it online. Now, if you are asking regarding sa ATA CALABARZON, if we are accepting accreditation for new members, as of now, medyo naka-freeze kami. So maybe we will be accepting it by next year. It depends on the situation. But for now, freeze muna kami. So yung mga existing members namin, yun na lang muna.
Alright.
But we're still assisting other agencies like during this pandemic, we launched the TradeX, trade exchange. We opened it with other agencies as well. Kasi during this pandemic, we believe for the travel agencies kailangan nila kasi ng more on the emotional rescue. So because of what's going on, 'di ba? So 'yun. Open naman kami sa lahat. Pero for the membership, freeze muna yung association.
So, para sa mga gusto mag-apply, huwag po kayo mapanghinaan ng loob. Kailangan lang ng right timing sa lahat ng bagay. Di ba po, Miss Cathy? Di ba? So, thank you po, Miss Cathy, for that. Relax. Di ba from our previous episodes, we've been mentioning yung mga efforts ng mga LGU para mag-disseminate ng right information. Pero baka kasi sa mga viewers natin ngayon, hindi nila alam lahat ng efforts ng LGU. So, what are the different efforts of the LGUs and the organizations that you represent in spreading awareness about updates on traveling and tourist destinations?
Right. So, speaking from the LGU side, we have a group chat also with all the stakeholders. Kinategorize ko siya. We have the Council for Tourism, We
Okay.
have our tourism stakeholders, and we have our tourism products manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in contact naman with the three different agencies like the ILG, DOT at saka DTI. So every time naman na may mga sinesend sila mga information or guidelines, so pino-forward ko naman yon doon sa ating mga stakeholders.
Okay.
Tapos sinasabihan ko rin naman sila na if they need to clarify anything, then they just let me know so I can further explain what I know, di ba?
Paano po yun? Sa
Uh,
Facebook ba po kayo nag-a-announce yung main ano nyo?
yes.
Okay,
Yes, it's
Facebook.
basically yung social media, yeah. Oo, kasi
Alright.
minsan yung ibang mga messenger platform requires more data cap eh. So at least si Facebook kasi kahit naka-free data lang sila, they can still chat.
Okay, plug nyo na
So,
po ngayon yung Facebook account Facebook page kung saan pwede nila i-like at dapat nilang i-like para maging updated sa Dolores Quezon. Ano pong page yan, Sir Lac?
yes, we have actually for tourism purposes, we have the Dolores Tourism Faith and Wellness Tourist Destination. And for our general, for the whole of Dolores, it's Unlad Dolores. That's our
Okay.
official Facebook accounts. Yes. So basically, every day talagang nagbibigay kami ng information, whether it's update on existing COVID cases, whether it's any announcements from the national, any guidelines from the national IATF, even from other national agencies, we always place it there kasi very important aya yung makakapagbigay ka ng information. And on top of
Yes.
that, even if we are sharing this postings also from yung Facebook accounts din ng mga
Mhm.
national agency. Mostly or often talagang kinaka-copy paste ko yung text from
Mhm.
the original post. Kasi
Yeah.
pag halimbawa naka-free data ka or medyo mahina yung data mo, hindi mo makikita yung picture eh. So at
Yes.
least merong explanation na madaling mababasa.
Thank you,
Um,
sir. Yeah. Hindi,
so those
magandang tip
are,
yan. Magandang tip
yeah,
yun. Sa mga nanonood dito na baka part kayo ng barangay council nyo or ng LGU, bukod nga dun sa picture, kailangan ilagay sa caption so that those people who have free data, mabu-view or mababasa pa rin yung announcement.
yes,
Gandang
yes.
ano nun.
And we have I'm really proud that we have a rather functioning ICS or Incident Command System, which includes the entire local IATF. Kasi talagang every day we talk there, even if hindi na kami every week or twice a month na lang mag-meet na face-to-face ang lahat ng members ng IATF, that includes the barangay captains. All information are there. Every day, even yung mga coordinated locally stranded individuals, returning of OFWs, lahat doon kita namin in the chat room sino yung parating, saan siya coordinated. So everybody is well aware kasi sa time na to, let's make use of that opportunity, di ba, na lagi tayo nasa bahay lang, na
Yeah.
hindi internet. So let's make use, kumbaga, let's use that avenue na kung saan tayo mas mabilis makakapag-disseminate ng mga information sa mga kababayan natin, sa mga stakeholders, sa mga turista. Sabi ko nga, even during ECQ, ang number one ko talagang priority na naka-work from home yung ibang staff ko ay kailangan tutukan nyo yung Facebook page.
Oh,
Every day, I need to see
yes.
a post about Dolores. I need to see a post about destination. I need to see a post about products. I need to see a post about trivia. Kahit ulit-ulitin nyo yan, pinost nyo na 3 weeks ago, ulitin nyo ulit on the same cycle, it's okay. I just need to have a visibility over the social media.
Thank you, Sir Lac. So para sa mga nanonood ngayon, siguro sa Facebook, wag muna kayo umalis sa aming stream. Ilista niyo muna yung dalawang nabanggit na page ni Sir Lac, Unlad Dolores and Dolores Tourism. Tapos, mamaya ilista nyo, dadagdagan natin yan. Wait lang, wait lang. Tapos mamaya i-like nyo lahat yon. So with you, Miss Kathy, I'd like to ask the different efforts of the organizations that you represent in spreading awareness about updates in traveling and tourist destinations.
Like I mentioned earlier, yeah, there's a really very strong community. You can call it a community of business owners and stakeholders working very closely with the LGU to make sure that a balance is achieved, no, in terms of opening the establishments and at the same time ensuring the safety protocol. So, in fact, just now I was looking at the the GC, you can see even there's like what Lax mentioned, there's a lot of information, no? So that what we want to happen is that the group chat becomes the major source of information, the credible source of information. Um, Again, the nice thing about COVID, if there's such a thing, is that it allowed stakeholders to talk to each other, and it allowed private sector to talk to government as well. So again, the community is slowly being formed, and it's actually very healthy for everyone. So ayun, usually pinopost ulit, okay, what are the guidelines, pinopost ulit ano yung mga things to watch out for stakeholders, ano ba mga bagong labas ni Mayor tungkol sa
Yeah.
mga guidelines, ano ba bagong labas ng Department of Tourism. So yeah, constant information is being done amongst
Miss
the
Kathy, you
stakeholders.
might want to share with us where our viewers can look up the updates that you and the stakeholders, the other stakeholders are discussing in your GCs.
Yeah, all
Baka po
right.
meron kayong gustong i-plug na Facebook page or website.
Actually, we have the Tagaytay Tourism Council web Facebook.
Mhm.
Tagaytay Tourism Council Facebook is also very active. But amongst the stakeholders, we have the Tagaytay Council members. Ito yung dito sinishare yung mga pinaka, like just now, I'm looking at it, andyan yung mga Ingat Lahat movement, anong latest with the different hotels, and then the special holidays, the clarification uh, of the Monday disinfection day, etc.,
All
etc. So
right.
basically, guidelines for the disinfection, and very importantly, exchange of information. Parang kung disinfection day ang Monday at sarado lahat, ano ibig sabihin? What do we do with stay over guests? What do we do with guests who are checking in on, stuff like that? So again, communication. And I think in this pandemic, communication is the key
Yeah.
para ma-implement lahat ng gusto natin mangyari. So
Right.
it's really, there's no such thing as too much information. Basta
Yes.
importante. Like what Lax said, there's a barrage of information that's easily understood, and open rin yung mga LGUs in, okay, stakeholders, this is what we're planning. What do you think? So importante exchange of information so that there's cooperation and
I-absorb.
collaboration. And
Yeah,
yung,
and mag-absorb ng tao sa information.
yes. Yeah, cooperation and collaboration, napaka-critical. Yung private-public sector cooperation, so vital during this COVID time.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Kathy. Thank you for emphasizing that the stakeholders are really putting an effort para mag-usap-usap sila bago ma-post. So dalawa ulit yan na nadadagdag sa list ninyo guys. Yung tourism, yung Tagaytay Tourism Council and Tagaytay Council members. So check those out on Facebook after nitong episode natin. How about you, Miss Regina? Coming from your perspective, we're very curious to know the efforts po ng LGU or ng orgs na that you represent in spreading awareness about updates on traveling and tourist destinations.
Just like in Dolores Quezon, meron din kaming Facebook page. It's Laguna Tourism, Culture, Arts, and Trade Office. And we have also the Laguna Tourism Council
Laguna
and the Tourism Council and the TOL. TOL stands for Tourism Officers League of Laguna. So, meron kaming chat room for the government sector and for the private sector. Kasi lalo na ngayon, yung DOT, during the locally stranded individuals, kahit weekends yan, kahit gabi, napaka-importante talaga niyang FB kasi doon kami nagko-communicate with the tourism officers pag may mga darating o aalis na mga stranded individuals. So, yun, very important yan.
Miss Regina, ano po ulit? Laguna Tourism, Culture, and
Culture, Arts, and Trade Office, LTCATO.
Okay. So Laguna Tourism, Culture, Arts, and Trade Office, Laguna Tourism Council, and TOL.
Yes.
Tatlo yan, guys, ha? So meron na tayong 4, 5, 6, 7 na Facebook pages to like. Tapos dadagdagan pa natin yan. And then, Miss Regina, bukod po sa pag-post sa Facebook, ano po yung other efforts na existing for spreading awareness and updates?
Okay, meron kaming ongoing na online balitaan sa turismo, kultura at kalakalan. So ito yung ang objective nito, talagang hindi malimutan na andito pa ang Laguna for tourism. Yeah, so it's a weekly show aired every Fridays. So all the cities and municipalities fini-feature namin diyan. So nag-start yan last July.
Saan
Last
po siya
July.
i-air?
Doon sa aming yung Laguna Tourism Culture and Trade Office na Facebook, doon siya ini-air.
Wow.
Yes, then sinasama din siya doon sa Facebook din ng aming Governor Ramil Hernandez. Every weekend, ini-air din yung aming online balitaan sa turismo, kultura at kalakalan.
Ang ganda.
So nakakatuwa. Yes. So kasi kahit kami talagang ma-appreciate mo na, ito pala ang bayan. Kasi lahat ng bayan fini-feature namin. Short info about its history, its tourism, its culture. So very informative. Tsaka talagang ma-appreciate mo yung ganda. Yes.
Sige, para sa mga nanonood, mamaya meron tayong pa-quiz bee. Magki-quiz po tayo tungkol sa mga bayan ng Laguna. Kaya po dapat ay mapanood nyo na yung balitaktakan nila sa mga every weekend. Biro lang. Pero salamat po, Miss Regina. Sana ma-adopt din yun ng LGU. Actually, maganda yun sa lahat. Sana kami rin dito sa Metro Manila. Shout out kila Mayor. Thank you, Miss Regina. Miss Girlie, kayo po, what are the efforts ng LGUs or organizations na you represent in spreading awareness and updates tungkol sa traveling and tourist destinations?
Yan, kami naman, mostly kami yung frontliners sa mga guests, di ba? So, what we're doing is, we're doing research dun sa iba't ibang LGU, especially like na mag-open ng Tagaytay. We check ano ba yung guidelines ng LGU and then we post it sa social media pages namin, individual pages ng mga bawat travel agencies. And then, also, may mga GCs kami ng mga travel agent. Dito yung nakakatuwa eh. Tama yung nabanggit nyo na during this pandemic, tama si Miss Cathy, nagkaroon ng mga connection. Like us, yung mga travel agencies from other areas like in Visayas and Mindanao that we seldom talk, nag-create kami ng mga GCs ngayon and we do exchanges. Sa area nyo, kamusta na ba? Pwede na ba uling mag-travel? Then we share naman sa CALABARZON. Alin na dito yung open, ready to accept tourists. So, alam mo yun, mas naging open yung communication line. And then whatever information we get, we disseminate naman to sa mga guests namin by posting it sa mga social media pages ng bawat travel agencies.
Noon, meron tayong misconception na yung social media, pinapaghiwalay niya yung mga tao sa isang kwarto. Pero ngayon, mas na-emphasize yung kung paano na-connect ng lahat ng social media. And sana sa mga viewers natin ngayon, gamitin natin siya wisely. For me, hindi nakakasama ang social media kung gagamitin mo to ng maayos at para sa tama. Thank you, Miss Girlie. At ano naman po yung pwede naming ma-like na Facebook pages?
Actually, they can visit for CALABARZON, yung Ata CALABARZON.
Ata CALABARZON.
Yes.
Yun. So, guys, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 na ilalike na Facebook pages mula sa sinabi ni Sir Lax, Miss Cathy, Miss Regina, and Miss Girlie. So mamaya i-check po namin lahat ng mga nanood ngayong episode kung na-like nyo na ba po. Biro lang. But thank you for those efforts. Please know that they are not unnoticed. And kaya talaga guys, sana mas ma-motivate tayo to do our part kasi ginagawa nila eh. So tayo rin, let's do our part. Now, the exciting question na gusto ko talagang itanong. Ano po yung mga most beautiful tourist attractions that have already reopened or soon to reopen soon to open to the public? Actually, wag sana nating gawing parang competition to, pero parang yung mga interesting places in your specific province. Siguro let's start with Ms. Regina.
Okay. Hopefully, this weekend, October 17 and 18, one of the Pride of Laguna, Enchanted Kingdom. Kaya natutuwa ako kanina doon sa news na parang yung age restriction medyo bumaba na kasi syempre alam naman natin ang Enchanted Kingdom caters to family. So may mga kasama yung mga young kids and mga adults. So ayun, ang plano nila is every weekend lang muna bubuksan and
Alright.
starting this weekend.
Yes!
Then, yes.
Yay!
Then, syempre, yung aming mga bayan dito sa medyo 3rd and 4th district, syempre, very famous ang Laguna sa chinelas, di ba? Yung liliw. So,
Yes.
ayan sila, nag-open na din yan sa mga non-residents. So, pero may mga travel requirements. Tapos yung Lumban, yung aming Lumban, mga embroideries ng Lumban, Laguna, nag-open na rin yan for non-residents with travel
Alright.
requirements. Yes. And then yung sa San Pablo City namin, yung aming Sampaloc Lake, Mojica Lake, open na rin sila. And Los Baños, open na rin. Ibang mga establishments doon.
Yay!
So,
Exciting!
marami na rin.
Yan. Thank you, Miss Regina. Sir Lax. Yan. Alam kong marami po kayong mababanggit dito. Pero yung mga top interesting in mind na tourist attractions that have already reopened in Dolores, Quezon.
Yes, yeah, actually, we are full operational. Lahat ng destinations namin are fully open na kasi nga we have secured their peak hours already. So, we have, of course, yung Bakong Kahoy Valley, the one that we have discussed last week as a semi-integrated resort. Yes, application of what I've learned, the word integrated. Yeah, and then we have Locong Valley Farm. We also have Del's Garden Resort. Our national shrine of the Our Lady of Sorrows is also open for visitors, those who are non-residents of Dolores. However, meron lang kayong kailangang i-apply sa kanila that they call Connect Card. The Connect Card, yun ang talagang happy din ako talaga with the cooperation of our national shrine. Kaya ibatiin ko na rin sila Monsignor Charles at saka si Father Warren kasi talagang nag-innovate sila to issue a Connect Card. This Connect Card will require what I have required, for tourist pass, and they will get a card with a QR code. So ini-scan lang yung QR code and voila, they get all the information already. And then each of these cards will be used so that they can get a specific seat inside the shrine. Dahil nga dun sa ating social distancing protocol.
High-tech sila, Father.
Oo. Tapos, it is quite ironic, shall we put it that way, na meron kaming isang destination dito na sa kalagitnaan ng pandemic, siya talaga nag-open.
Oo nga
Start siya ng business permit. Yes, during this pandemic period talaga, which is the Kubli Farm Arts and the Nature Camp. Okay, so meron na rin silang certificate to operate. Basically, it's a combination of ecotourism, faith, and wellness. And then, ito nga huli, yung bubuksan namin last week is yung aming drive-through man-made mahogany forest. Na it's a very short roadside mahogany tree forest na siguro mga 300 meters lang approximately. Pero it's a good breeding alternative ba, and it's very close to the population. It's about 15 minutes lang drive from the town proper, good for photo ops. So instead of you flying out somewhere else, dito na lang, at least you can travel by land.
Forest.
Oo, you can travel by land, a very very minimal cost. So yun. So meron din kaming eel farm. Meron din kaming may mga resorts kaming available, cold springs, and also yung aming Austronesian area where we promote the Austronesian culture, yung ating mga pwesto complex in Mount Banahaw. I'm sure, Aya, you've heard of that.
Yeah.
Na ito yung talagang dinarayo during Holy Week. Siguro most of us haven't been born, pero ito na yung practice at kultura na alam natin, na talagang binibisita sa bayan ng Dolores. So among the more than 20 puestos, the 6 puestos are already open. Okay, so proper coordination na rin lang with the Barangay Santa Lucia so that may mga, localized protocols din sila that they have to observe in the area. So for those who are really running out of faith because of what have happened during the pandemic, and those who are seeking solace, solitude, wellness, communing with nature, homegrown products, I think Dolores will be one of the best places for you to visit in the coming days.
It's very interesting to know, Sir Lax, na in times na we needed to increase our faith the most, dun siya nag-open yung shrine, no? So
Yes.
thank you po. Thank you. Miss Kathy, what are the
Yeah,
most beautiful tourist attractions or most siguro your favorite ones that have already
yeah,
reopened or soon to open to public?
yeah. I guess when we talk about Tagaytay, you're really talking about, of course, the food. You're talking about weddings. You're talking about little conferences. You're talking about spiritual centers, just like what Max mentioned. You're talking
Mm-hmm.
about garden centers. You're talking about pasalubong centers. And of course, all of these are open. And I'd like to highlight, of course, yung mga restaurants ninyo, natin, where you want your favorite bulalo overlooking the volcano, open na siya. Pwede nang kumain doon. Tapos, mga spiritual centers like yung Pink Sisters and Lourdes. Ang Lourdes, basta ini-schedule na mabuti para meron social distancing, no? And of course, yung pasalubong centers natin where you can buy your buko pie, etc., open na rin siya. All of these following strict social distancing at saka yung contact tracing. Mahogany Market, kung gusto mo bumili ng mga prutas mo, mga flowers, yung baka, etc., all open. Of course, very importantly, Nurture Wellness Village is open. So when we talk about serenity, when you want to talk about ecotherapy, we're open for intimate weddings, no? We're also open for honeymoons, okay? So yan ang maraming nagpakasal na maliit lang yung kanilang grupo. I mean, they just had very limited number of people, no? But I found out, talking to our guests, marami kaming nag-honeymoon sa Nurture. And then we talk about okay, we got married in front of the judge or only with 10 people, but we're here for a honeymoon. So we're very open for honeymoons as well, and very important for staycations and workcations. Ano ba tong workcations? So masyadong oppressive kuminsan yung syudad, ang city. So imagine a place where nagtatrabaho ka but you're surrounded by greenery, hindi yung and studies have shown this is what you call ecotherapy, that when you are working in a very green area, your productivity is much higher. So we're offering workations at the same time. Yung workation namin is also, of course, with yung mga wellness activities like Tai Chi, healthy juice demos, etc., etc. Open na open kami. Pati we also have our Nurture Pharmacy, which is a farm tourism destination where you can learn about superfoods and the impact of food on your body. So, yan. Open na open ang Tagaytay for you, and huwag kayo matakot because everyone is following strict, very, very strict safety protocols. So, come visit us. Come to visit us.
Thank you, Miss Kathy. Gusto ko yung workcation na yan kasi work
Yes,
never
yes.
stops. But then I feel like I won't feel working if I go there to the greeneries. Nai-imagine
Yes,
ko palang nare-relax na ako.
Yeah.
Imagine
So,
if we are, ano po
yeah,
yun?
yung schedule namin, we have in a workation, we have 3, 5, 7 days. So meron kang treatments, wellness treatments in the morning para bumaba yung blood pressure mo. And then in the afternoon, we give it time to work, no? Kasi kailangan rin yan. So, and we have shown very clearly that at the end of 5 or 7 days, your tests, yung blood pressure mo, yung blood sugar mo talagang bababa. And very importantly, matatanggal yung stress kasi stress is the biggest killer right now. So everybody has to treat themselves well and to be healthier, no? So
Yes, that's
come to
true.
Tagaytay where you're surrounded by nature which heals you, and the weather which is always very cool. Lalo na December, so we're also open for intimate family reunions, intimate social distancing lang, 50% capacity.
Miss Kathy, do you also serve organic food?
Oh yeah, we serve both foods. We are very friendly. We actually serve meat. Kung akala mo tao, hindi kami nagsaserve ng meat. Yes, we have bulalo, but we cook it in a very healthy fashion. We have kare-kare, pero chicken kare-kare siya. We have tilapia sa laing. So, yung ano ko talaga, yung advocacy at saka passion namin ay kukunin namin yung comfort food and then we make it healthier. So, para at the end of hopefully, pag-end ng pandemic, you are actually healthier. So, yan ang aming advocacy.
Miss Kathy, balita ko po nagluluto rin kayo. Kaya medyo nagutom po ako nung nabanggit niyo yung kare-kare, ganyan. Would you mind to share about your show?
All right. We're members of the Sustainable Diner Movement, no? So please go to our Facebook page, Nurture Wellness Village. All right, Facebook. We have marami kami videos doon. We have a nutritionist, no? And she talks about what you should do when you go to the grocery. How do you sanitize your groceries? The Sustainable Diner Movement, pitong 7 videos. and we talk about how to, for example, ito maganda, how to repurpose your food para hindi puro adobo, ng adobo, ng adobo. No? So, paano ba aayusin yung adobo na meron kang leftovers? What do you do with leftovers? What do you do with kitchen scraps? Yung mga onions mo, huwag may tapon, ano po pwede mong gawin? Tapos, marami, we do that. And of course, we also have a very recent DOT feature, which is yung Philippine Teas, no? Naka-feature naman. So visit our Nurture Wellness Village to learn more about healthy eating so they become healthier, happier, and better.
Nice. Like, nagutom po ako. Thank you, Miss Cathy. Yung iba po nating guests dito, nagluluto rin ba po kayo, Miss Girly? Gina, yun, no? Nagluluto rin ba po kayo, Miss Girly?
Ang bahay
We
lang.
also have we have weekly tips also, no? Mga weekly tips, health tips
Nice.
also. So,
Kaya i-like natin yan, guys, ha, yung Facebook page na yan. Sige, magkaroon tayo ng Tito Boy question, yung fast talk. Kung merong isang putahe na i-represent ang inyong province, ano po yun? So, Miss Girly, let's start with you.
Actually, Rizal is more famous on suman. Yan. More on the suman and the kasoy. So, yun. Yun ang famous dito sa Rizal. Especially yung mga nagsisimba sa Antipolo.
Oo nga. Kasama ko dyan. Kayo po, Miss Regina, ano po ang putahe na mag-represent ng Laguna?
Yung ginatang kandule, ayan. Kandule, yes. Tsaka, marami. Sinigang sa miso, marami. Mga lutong, local delicacies talaga ng Laguna. Pagdating naman sa mga delicacies, syempre, yung aming buko pie ng Los Baños, espasol ng Nagcarlan, uraro ng Liliw, yes. So, marami.
Yan po yung laman ng bayong namin pag galing po kami ng Laguna. Totoo yan.
Ayan. Puto ng Binyan, marami. Okoy ng Santa Rosa. So we have lot of delicacies in Laguna.
Right. Kayo naman po, Sir Lax, kung meron pong putahe na mag-represent.
Yeah, munti ka na ako mag-mental block.
Ano po yung inyo?
Munti ka na ako mag-mental block, kasi merienda time. Yeah, actually, it's Sinang Tomas. It's Sinang Tomas. That's a meat buto-buto thing. And yung suman sa kamoting kahoy.
Okay. Yum! Sarap. And you, Miss Cathy, kung ano po yung dish to represent your province.
Sa Tagaytay, talagang ang daming bulaluhan. Bulalo is the way to go, no? And of course, we have our buko pie. So, hindi nawawala yung mga tao na pag-akyat, kakain ng bulalo, tapos pagbaba, meron siyang stopover sa pasalubong center at may dala-dalang buko pie. So,
yeah, tsaka tamang-tama po yung bulalo sa malamig na climate ng Tagaytay.
Correct.
Yes. Sige, maraming salamat po. And now, what are the top things that we should bring with us or remember before we go out to travel? Or parang yung, di ba, ngayon quarantine vacation tayo eh. So, yun. Let's start with siguro Miss Regina.
Okay. Under the new normal, siyempre yung PPEs. Yung ating mga face shield, face mask, yung ating gloves, and then yung hand sanitizer, importante yan under the new normal. Okay. Then, because of the climate change, minsan maliwanag pero biglang uulan. So, syempre yan, umbrella, magdala tayo. Then, wipes, at saka sunglasses. So, yun, yung light travel lang. Mga importante, mga mosquito repellent, konting medicine. So, yeah, importante yan pag magta-travel tayo. Pero, syempre, under the new normal, yung ating PPEs. Yan ang prime consideration dito sa ating mga bayan.
Alright.
Mga PPEs.
Okay, so anything to add, Miss Girly? What are the top things that we should bring or remember before we go out to travel?
Sa akin, I would always say, yun nga, always check the restriction of your destination. before anything else, before even planning what to pack, check nyo muna yung restriction at guidelines ng destination na pupuntahan nyo. Kasi baka mamaya, alam mo yon, planadong-planado ka na go ka na. Like sabi nga ni Miss Cathy, sarado pala Tagaytay every Monday. Alam mo yon, go ka na. Pagdating mo doon, balik. Diba? So yun. For me, yun yung unang-unang sasabihin ko sa mga travelers is please check the your destination, anong guidelines ng LGU doon, or much better if you can contact the local travel agencies. Also, it will help us. We can do the job for you. Kung 'di ba? Kasi nga kaya ka magbabakasyon, ayaw mo ng hassle. So let us do the job for you. Just simply call us and we will tell you the guidelines, what to prepare and everything.
Alright. True. Ayan. So guys, paulit-ulit tayo. Sana talaga sundin natin sila. But you, Sir Lax, things to remember before we go out to travel para sa ating viewers.
Well, actually, tama yung sinabi ni, I would agree with that, Tita Jaina and Ma'am Girlie, and as well as Ate Cathy. I'm sure she has the same thing in mind. Siguro planning talaga. If you really wanted to travel, parang siguro in the meantime, gone are the days muna na, okay, just grab your keys and then drive.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi ako, ugali ko dati yan eh. Nakakarating ako ng Baguio ng basta lang,
biglaan.
naisipan ko lang pumunta. Oo.
Oo, mga
diba?
5 second preparation lang.
Yes, exactly. So you really have to do a little bit of research this time. Tapos yung safety protocols, at siguro, wag mong kakalimutan yung honesty. Yes. Always bring that with you. Kasi we, like from our end, no, from the LGU, we would like to protect you. So please protect us too, so that everybody happy. Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Lax. And anything to add, Miss Cathy? Things to remember before you go out to travel.
On top of everything they said, I think very important ang mindset natin. Number one, mindset is accept the fact that it's not the old ways na. New normal na talaga tayo. So like what Lax said, bago tayo lumabas, let's be aware, no? And follow all of the proper procedures, yung yung face mask, face shield, and being very careful. Because if we have the right mindset, we will then become more responsible. And then, kung meron tayong mga restrictions, huwag natin awayin yung LGU or huwag natin awayin yung nagbabantay, because it is for everybody's good. Kasi marami pa rin in denial eh. Parang, ay naku, basta ako, bahala na, lalabas ako, no? Tapos magagalit pa kung sasabihan. So, yung attitude natin, have the new mindset, the mindset of the new normal, which is embrace it. This is it. Don't be in denial. Accept it, embrace it, and follow the procedures for your safety and for everybody else's safety.
Thank you, Miss Cathy. Yeah. Before I ask the last question to our dear guests, ang dami nating natutunan ngayon sa concrete actions ng ating mga provincial leaders na ano yung ginagawa nila para sa ating new normal. Pero, bago yan, we will first have a short, very quick break. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at GPSTV Official PH and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. We will be right back. here. You're watching GPS TV. Hashtag go safe, go travel. You are still with me, your online travel buddy. I am Fernandez. If you have one word, why we should go out to travel, ano po yun at bakit? Siguro, let's start with Sir Lax.
Daya mo. Hindi na ako pwede mag-isip.
Sorry, so, kumbaga sabi ni
Hindi naman ako na-brief dito na may Q&A pala to, di ba? Sana napaghandaan ko. Tas one word.
Wala naman pong wala naman pong, ang tawag yung time limit. Tsaka wala pong koronahang Miss Universe. Ano lang po tayo, chill lang. Tsaka may wine naman kaya po pwedeng ipahabol, di ba?
Diyos ko. Well, probably, talaga one word lang, hindi pwedeng dalawa.
Pwede pong one word, tapos explain nyo na lang. Ganon.
Hashtag ko, lalagyan ko ng hashtag
Sige mo.
enjoy. Yeah. Kasi, enjoy because life is too short. Enjoy because we were all given this opportunity to still be alive after the height of this pandemic. Enjoy because we are given the opportunity to travel again. Enjoy because you only live once. You know, you cannot live in fear forever. Enjoy encompasses a lot of aspects of your life, like your happiness, your accomplishment, your achievements. So I would go for the word enjoy.
Oh, thank you, Sir Lax.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Palakpakan po tayo. Mall of Asia Arena. Thank you, Sir Lax. And we've learned so much from you. Kahit na medyo seryoso yung usapan natin pagdating sa safety protocols, ang ganda po nung salitang binigay ninyo na enjoy pa rin. Diba? Miss Girlie, how about you? Kung meron pong one word, reason for people to travel, ano po yon at bakit?
For me, I will choose the word brave. Brave. Be brave to face the new normal. Be brave to accept the things, the changes that we're having right now, and be brave to live your life. Kasi if we will just live in fear, alam mo yon, parang wala sa loob na lang tayo ng bahay, di ba? Parang you will stop living. So for me, just be brave. Brave enough to face and be brave enough as well to be responsible na sa new normal natin, di ba? Hindi yung antapang mo lang, antapang mo magplano, pero pag in action ka na, bahag na yung buntot mo. Dapat, alam mo yung, you have to be consistent. So you became so brave to go out, but be brave enough to wear those PPEs and follow all the guidelines regarding na ini-implement ng LGU and then the mga accommodations, kasi it's not for you only, it's for everybody.
Thank you, Miss Girlie. Ganda. Be brave, pero be brave to be responsible. Ang ganda po nun. How about you, Miss Regina? Kung meron pong one word, reason for people to travel, ano po yun at bakit?
Celebration. Amidst the pandemic, the crisis, we need to celebrate kasi pag nandito ka sa Laguna, it's a celebration of life. Marami kaming may offer talaga dito. Pag nagse-celebrate ka, it means happiness, enjoyment, fulfillment. So, celebration.
Oh, thank you, Miss Regina. And last but not the least, Miss Cathy.
Okay, sa akin naman, it's live all caps with an exclamation, tatlong exclamation point. All right? So it is embrace life, but be safe. Don't be fearful, like what was mentioned earlier. Be safe so that you will live, right? And choose to be healthy. Life is all about choices. Choose to live, choose to be healthy. Yeah.
Very nice. And that choice is in your hands, guys. Thank you so much, Miss Cathy. And at this point, there is really great power in words. So I want to encourage everyone to join me. I-declare natin ito. Let's help the Philippine tourism industry bounce back. Kaya naman, sabay-sabay nating sabihin ang hashtag, go with me, hashtag, go safe,
Go safe,
go
Okay.
travel,
Hashtag
Go
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 travel.
travel,
travel.
and go Philippines,
PSTV, go
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 Philippines.
Philippines.
Philippines,
soar
So,
high.
Soar
soar
high.
high.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
my dear
Thank
guest,
you.
Shirley,
Thank you
Sir
very much.
Miss
Thank
Kat,
you.
Miss Regina. It's very enlightening. Mabuhay po kayo. Maraming
Mabuhay.
salamat
Thank
po.
you,
Marami
Miss
pong
Aya.
salamat.
thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you. Take care and
you.
stay safe. Bye.
Stay safe,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.
And of course, thank you so much to everyone who joined us in our conversation sa ating Facebook viewers, sa YouTube. That was truly a value-adding experience. And for us here, um, it also uplifted my spirit, as a Filipino, mas naging brave ako sa pagharap ng ating mga pagsubok para tayo ay to live, no? Para tayo magpatuloy sa buhay. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at GPSTV Official PH and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. And guys, sana marami kayong natutunan at nalaman tungkol sa safe and mindful traveling. Marami tayong nabanggit na mga lugar ngayon. So sa mga narinig na yung mga lugar na yon or familiar sa mga lugar na yon, baka pwede nyo silang mabisita ulit. And sa mga iba naman na ngayon lang narinig yung mga bagong lugar na nabanggit dito sa ating episode, sana nalista nyo yon or pwede nyo i-replay yung episode para ma-take note ninyo yung mga lugar na hindi nyo pa napupuntahan dito sa Pilipinas. And yon, again and again, always plan your trips and consider the health situation of your family, your resources, and the location you're going to. Syempre, on top of strict medical protocols so that everyone can enjoy safely, including the rest of the people around you. Talagang mapapakita natin ang bayanihan sa pamamagitan ng pagiging mapagmatyag na manlalakbay, di ba? Huwag tayo mag-iisa sa sarili nating bayan, di ba? And always remember, for everyone to enjoy a worry-free travel experience, we have to hashtag go safe before we hashtag go travel. Hashtag go safe, go travel. Please like, again, our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Until the next flight, this has been your online travel buddy, Aya Fernandez. Watch out for more episodes and see you again only here on GPS TV. Go Philippines! Soar high! Mabuhay everyone!